Welcome back to another Alliance War. For Loki, we're currently rank 3 as we enter the 4th war of Season 6. We'll be going up against RE.A, Revolution Arena. Bringing in my usual trio of champions of Void, Stark Spidey, and Blade. Blade there, of course, just to give those 3 poise charges to Stark Spidey. Going to pop a lesser attack boost, lesser health boost, and a medium champion boost. And the first node is a 6-star Mystic champion. Pretty rare to see Mystic champions on this node, I would say, compared to what I normally see. This is the Enhanced Special 1 Limber and Aggression Fury node. And it was tempting to go into this fight with Void just because of the whole class advantage thing, but Stark Spidey with those poise charges that Blade gives, he's just so strong. So go in here with Stark Spidey. It's a Loki. I'm just going to build up a couple poise charges at the start of the fight here. 5 poise charges, that should do. Don't really want to stall things out too long. Don't want Loki to gain too many Furies. 1 5-hit combo, 2 5-hit combos. I was tempted to throw my special right there, but I figured, you know what, let me get an additional 5-hit combo in first. And 3 combos, special 1, Loki is down. Alright, second fight, we have a 5-star Awakened Science champion. And it has pretty low HP. So, I mean, I know it's not going to be MODOK or anything like that. Plus, there was no persistent charge there. This is Bane stun immune, of course. And against this OG Spidey, my goal here is to not really chance him hitting me after an evade. So I'm only attacking 1 time. I got pretty lucky in that he doesn't evade on that first hit, because he can evade that first hit, but he never does throughout this fight. And at this point, I'm just kind of trying to stall, because I don't want to give him enough power for him to throw a level 1 special. But eventually, I'm going to have to transfer that Bane, so I start hitting me again, but I'm just doing these single hits. Get the special 1. Luckily, he does not evade that either, and just going into that same strategy as before, just kind of hitting 1 time, blocking, and he goes down pretty quickly. Worked out pretty well. Alright, this next fight, 5-star Awakened Cosmic Champion, Limber Buffet, Recovery. Wasn't exactly sure who I was going to see here. I was thinking it was going to be a Medusa, because I have seen Medusas on this node a fair amount in the past. But of course, I'm going to go ahead and heal up my Void here real quick. Just pop a level 4 potion, level 2 potion, and away we go. And it is Medusa. Okay, so my strategy is to try to play as aggressively as possible while she doesn't have any Furies active. And of course, once she has those Furies, then can't really land more than a single attack against her. So we go for the heavy attacks just to kind of keep myself or really keep some distance on Medusa here. This way I don't get backed into the wall in case she's not wanting to throw her specials. Because sometimes Medusa can be like that. Sometimes she doesn't really want to throw her specials. I hold my special there just to make sure I can get that L1. She's starting to gain some Furies again. I'm able to get another 5-hit combo in here. And boom, she's back to having her living strands up. So got to go back into this heavy attack strategy or single hit strategy here. Getting to the point where those living strands are about to go down once again. So go ahead and throw the special 1, timing it so that the second hit connects after living strands is off. And here we go. Now I have some time to get some damage in. And at this point, I'm thinking, I've got Fear the Void up. I just want to trigger this her auto block on purpose. Me getting parried, though, that was not on purpose. But I did throw the special into her living strands, knowing full well that she was going to auto block it and lose her Furies. But I was fine with it at that point. And Medusa, she does go down. All right. So we're pulling up to the first mini boss, which is a Kingpin. Kingpin. Someone who is not that difficult, but someone who has killed me on this node before, so I do have to take it seriously. It's the Buffet mini-boss, of course. Going in here with Stark Spidey with my 3 poise charges. And I'm going to try to build up to 10. But he actually gives me some openings before I get to 10, which I don't mind at all. And we are going to kind of jump on that opening right here. I was at 9 already, so it's pretty good. Don't have to take any chip damage to bait out that heavy attack, which I was already planning on baiting out anyway. He does it again for me, and I was thinking, alright, Kingpin. Thanks, dude. I back out completely on this. Don't even try to evade any of that on the special 1. Just get in my distance. Don't want to auto-evade and give him any more rage. Don't want to push him into that that unblockable state that he can go into. But yeah, another heavy attack. I've got my L2 ready, but I want to bait out one more special before I drop it. He's at 30%, and yeah, this 5-hit combo followed by special 2. Kingpin had no chance. Alright, so Kingpin down, mini-boss down. Moving on to the armor node. I just consider this an armor node, basically. It's explosive personality, which is armor-related, and aggression armor. And I see a 5-star awakened tech champion here. Check the profile. It's Infinity Man. Gonna just heal up a little bit. And pretty comfortable with this fight with Void, but there's something that happens towards the end of this fight that I've been noticing recently with my Void, and I'll explain once we get there. First off, I'm just trying to get 5-hit combos in when I can. You know, when he doesn't have enough armors to auto block me. This way you can get your power meter filled up faster, throw more special ones, and the fight a little bit quicker. That's my strategy. And then when he does have armor ups, just resort to the you know, countering his heavy attack with my heavy attack strategy. And I could have, there's a few openings throughout this fight that I noticed I could have gotten 5-hit combos in, and I kind of just played it safe, and you know, did the heavy attack countering strategy. I mean, I say playing it safe, but you know, if I was in a situation where maybe I had like a lower level Void and this fight was going to take a little bit longer, you know, that could actually lead to me timing out. So it'd be good to practice just really trying to get all of those 5-hit openings or 5-hit combos in there when I can, just in case. But you know, for now the fight's going well enough, and I'll start explaining what I was talking about, where I noticed something a little bit different in this fight. I actually, you know, so I have Fear the Void, and I have 3 debuffs at the moment, and you're gonna notice that I actually get a second Fear of the Void up. Now this never used to happen, but now that my Void, he's starting to get up there in Sig levels. You know, he's Sig 180 at this point. You know, I'm used to fighting with Void at like Sig 100, 120, something like that. He's only up to Sig 180. I get that second Fear of the Void. That's actually a mistake. I should have, you know, been planning out my debuffs a little bit better, but I'm just not used to this. Because his Awaken ability, it does apply the debuffs faster. That's one of the parts of it. And what I should have done is just held my specials for a special 2. Or even if I never threw the special 2, just throwing the special 1 actually kind of hurt me in that situation. So something that I'm going to have to be conscious of going forward. And, you know, even once I get Void up to Sig 200, it's something I'm going to have to think about even more. As, you know, right now I think it's 55% faster at Sig 180, and it's going to be a 60% faster application of the debuffs once you get to Sig 200. So it can go even a little bit faster than it is right now. It's a good thing. I mean, I'm talking about it like it's a problem, but no, it's actually a good thing. It's just something for me to be mindful of now going forward. All right. Anyway, we're on to the next, you know, next round of buffs here. As I had to wait to get energy to finish my path. Go ahead and pop on a lesser health boost, and that should do it for these last couple fights that I have left. You know, I've got one fight here that I'm going to go with Stark Spidey, and the next fight I'll be going with Void. This is a Rogue on this Arc Overload node, and I noticed this Rogue is also running Suicide, so I'm like, alright, cool, let's just make her throw some specials. I'm not even too concerned about building up poise charges. She's going to end up kind of hurting herself throughout this fight. All good with that. You know, even that poison is going to reduce the healing that she gets from the Arc Overload node, so I was thinking cool. But, I mean, the fight's going fast enough that I'm thinking maybe she's not even going to get to that healing phase. But we do get a little bit of that healing going, that Arc Overload. I really didn't have enough poise charges to end the fight as fast as I could. But like I said, I wasn't really too concerned with building up poise charges. I was just trying to get in there, get my combos going. Okay, last fight of this war is a Gladiator Hulk on the Recovery and Strike Back node. And I will be taking this Gladiator Hulk with my Void. And you're going to see towards the end of this fight, too, it gets pretty close to that same situation where, you know, I get 2 Fear of the Voids up. Which, by the way, you know, having multiple Fear of the Voids, it's not necessarily a bad thing in every situation. It's just bad because you're losing your debuffs, which means you're also losing all of the damage that you're dealing from those debuffs. So you just kind of want to time it so that at the end of the fight, you know, all those debuffs are still ticking, still dealing damage. If it's a super long fight, if you're in like Labyrinth of Legends or something like that, then yeah, you want to get as many debuffs as going as possible. You want to get that second Fear of the Void up and all that good stuff. But alright, anyway, back to this fight. I'm having a little bit of a tough time baiting out this guy's special 1. I end up going to you know, bait his special 2 at some point in this fight, or push him to a special 2, I should say. Just because I'm really having a tough time. He's not throwing it. Finally, he does throw it. You can see he's got a gray fist icon on his buff bar or debuff bar. So he's going to go smash next attack. So there we go. Smashes, back out. Fear of the Void's about to trigger. There it goes. Get another debuff going. And I was pretty fortunate to get a Petrify as the first debuff, and even the second debuff there. So now I don't really have to be baiting out specials. I could just throw my special into this Gladiator Hulk, and he would actually lose power from it. So I end up doing that, and there we go. And now you can see, like I was saying, you know, we're running through that same situation where I already have 4 debuffs on this guy, now a 5th one. Getting to that point where a second Fear of the Void could activate. So I should be holding for a special 2, but now I'm noticing, you know, he's going down quickly enough. That healing, that reversal at the end there really helped me out, so I do just go ahead and finish the fight with a regular combo into special 1. Alright, so that's it for my contributions to this war. I had enough energy to pull up to the boss, but make no mistake, I am not fighting this boss. Not fighting a champion boss with my Void. That would not go well. But yeah, that's it for this one. We did take the victory here. Shout out to RE.A. You guys put up a good fight. It was very close, especially early on. So good war to you guys. And that's going to do it for this one, guys. I will see you in the next video. Take care.